The Portable Beat Reader. Edited by Ann Charters. I bought this at the McKay music shop. Okay. So there are a couple different places for you to check what the title of the book is. You have the title page, right? You have the spine of the book, okay? And then it's also going to be on the back, all right? The back usually includes like a review and a short synopsis of the book. The publisher is going to be on there, and the year that it was published. So I think it says that the 1953 is when the picture was taken. Okay. Usually I don't read this first page, but when you're first learning to read, it's really important to kind of read as much as you can. So this says, the Viking Portable Library Beat Reader. Ann Charters has had a 30-year involvement in reading, collecting, teaching, and writing about beat literature. She began collecting books written by beat writers while still a graduate student at Columbia University, and after completing her doctorate, she worked directly with Jack Kerouac to compile a bibliography of his work. After his death, she wrote the first Kerouac biography and edited the posthumous collection of his scattered poems. She was the general editor for the 2-volume encyclopedia The Beats, Literary Bohemians in Post-War America, and has published a collection of her photographic portraits in a book called Beats and Company. God bless you. Most recently, she edited The Portable Jack Kerouac and Jack Kerouac, Selected Letters, 1940 to 1956. Each volume in the Viking Portable Library either presents a representative selection from the works of a single outstanding writer or offers a comprehensive anthology on a special subject. Averaging 700 pages in length and designed for compactness and readability, these books fill a need not met by other compilations. All are edited by distinguished authorities who have written introductory essays and included much other helpful material. See what I mean? Oh, it's inscribed. This is from Christmas. Okay, so then this just gives you some more information about the book, right? It says what your limitations are. This looks like it's a first edition. It was published in 1992. It just gives you everything legally about this book. If you were to try to look it up in the library, this is how they were going to catalog or categorize it. So it has its ISBN number in case you were trying to order it through a library. It has 2 ISBN numbers, HC and PBK. Not sure what that means. Yeah, okay, anyway. So, this book is dedicated to my daughters, Malay and Nora. We were so many. We were working as one. We were miles of moiling wheat in a sizzling summer's heat. But now we are scattered and flung far apart. But you and I still live as one, through coals in the heart. And if anything is left of the coal in the soul, oh, flash it to me. Ed Sanders, Keeping the Issues Alive song. Okay, contents. So, the introduction, Variations on a Generation. If it has those Roman numerals, that means it starts before the actual book number chapter begins. So then it just kind of gives you an idea of what you're going to go through. If you're familiar with beat poetry, you might look through this to see if there's any poem that you like. Howell's a pretty well-known one. America. Jack Kerouac, On the Road, is probably his most well-known book. People really like the Dharma Bums, too. Essentials of Spontaneous Prose, you know. So it just gives you an idea. Burroughs, I think they're talking about, I'm mixing him up with Augustine Burroughs, but William S. Burroughs, I think. Yep, there he is, William Burroughs. Junkie's great. I read that book. Naked Lunch is really good too. Really hard to follow, but great. And then has all these other beat poets, right? People that you might not know, so you'll get to read them later on. They tend to put the more popular ones first. So Neal Cassady, huge figure in Jack Kerouac's writing. This is supposed to be a good one. Okay, so we'll keep moving just to kind of get a little preview of what's to come. Constantly Risking Absurdity, classic Kerouac. So it just gives you an idea of where these different sections begin. I'm not familiar with any of these poets. That name sounds familiar, Lawrence Ferlinghetti, but I haven't read anything. Michael McClure sounds familiar too. Philip Whalen. Okay, Gary Snyder. Ooh, that made my chest feel funny. So anyway, there's quite a few sections in this book, and there's a lot of stuff, but as you can see, most of the poems aren't terribly long. They're like a page each, so it's really, really cool to read poetry, to kind of add more words into your vocabulary, because poets are going to use some cool words. Sometimes they're not terribly exciting, but sometimes they are. So, okay, part 5. Looks like we're getting some female poets. William Burroughs, another Carolyn Cassady, Charles Bukowski. The beat scene was definitely dominated by men. So some of it's good, some of it's not, you know. Okay, so then we're finally getting to the end. We have Diane DePrima again, Brenda Fraser, Joyce Johnson, Hetty Jones. There's Ken Casey. Okay, so, and this is always the best part at the end. They always suggest other books to read in case you like this, or if you don't like it, you can find something that you do like. So let's just read. They're talking about William Carlos Williams. The introduction isn't terribly long. Actually, it is terribly long. My God, look at that. It just keeps going and going. You got to give it, if it's more than just a couple pages, you always have to read the introduction, in my opinion. So we'll come back to this. Yeah, this is going to be the format. Hope you like it. Bye.